Hello, and welcome to The Brief, a video podcast that brings analysis and perspectives on key issues in global affairs. I'm your host, Jim Clancy. The Committee to Protect Journalists reports that 2/3 of all journalists and media workers killed doing their jobs around the world lost their lives to Israeli-targeted killings in 2025. The total 129 deaths marked the highest toll among journalists since CPJ began keeping records 30 years ago. Meantime, the leaders of 3 key United Nations agencies that work in Gaza and on the West Bank have been told Israel may not renew their visas. Part of their jobs is to report to the world what their staffs have witnessed taking place. Indeed, witnesses and even their families have come under a direct attack, while a small army of pro-Israel voices have flooded the internet with unfounded accusations. Palestinian journalists are all members of terror groups. Enter the Palestinians taking it upon themselves to use cameras to document the physical and verbal attacks of settlers, often being backed up by the Israeli military. It's an increasingly violent situation that deserves a lot of attention. One of the young men doing that is our guest on The Brief today, Mohammad Huraini. Hello, and welcome to The Brief. Mohammed, if you can, just tell us a little bit about where you are and what's happening there.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Thanks for hosting me, actually. I'm right now in my village, in the other side of the village, like let's say the end of my village, which is closest to the one of the most dangerous outposts here in the West Bank, which is this one, which is called Havat Ma'on outpost. Here, exactly where I'm standing, I actually chose this place to talk with you because I would like to show you and to show the people that just 2 days ago in this area, exactly here, my friend and his father, they were attacked by settler soldiers, and getting detained for lots of hours. His father have a very bad health condition. It's like an old story that was happening with him. And when he came here grazing his sheep in this land, exactly where it's just belonging to him, and it's like for his family, they came to graze their sheep here in this area, and settler soldiers, they came to them. They tried to kick them away and to push them out of their land. They try to resist because it's their land, and they believe that it's their land, and why we have to go out? Because in the end, it was like a decision of a settler soldier that doesn't want and doesn't like to see Palestinians are grazing and keep moving freely in their land. So these soldiers, they attacked. His name was Muhammed. They attacked him. They pushed him on the ground. He stayed like laying on the ground waiting for the ambulance. They didn't allow the ambulance to reach to him. Meanwhile, they detained his son, and they took him inside the car and they take him to an unknown place.
Okay, Mohammed, we have some video, I think, of that you sent to me. Let's take a look at that and let the audience see what's happening there. What are you trying to do with these videos like this one that shows what happened just a couple of days ago in your village?
So it's really necessary and important for me to make this kind of reports and to document, film what is happening here in my community, and especially here in my village, to show the reality and the harsh reality that we are living under the Israeli occupation and under its settlers from different parts, soldiers, settlers, police, whatever. The apartheid, the daily ethnic cleansing that it's happening here, which is like, it's just, I'm here, standing here. You are watching the other side, this side. It's the legal outpost, Havat Maon. They are having all kind of like living, electricity, asphalt roads, water system, whatever do you want. Meanwhile, you are just watching this road. It's an off-road, and we are not allowed to make an asphalt road and move like in the same way. Here where I am, I also keep moving here because I want to show you just like few meters from here. It's starting what the Israeli army claiming is like the firing zone area, which is we are not allowed to move in. But meanwhile, this firing zone area, it's just where it's like our villages, and it's our places where we live and where we build our houses. So yeah, as you're watching there, in that side, this is Havat Maon, and here it's all Palestinian land. After the 7th of October 2023, nobody was allowed to enter this land except the settlers, soldiers, and anyone like any like Israeli policeman, soldier, settler, whatever.
How many Palestinians live in that area?
So Masafer Yatta, it's a community from 28 villages. These villages is one of these villages is Twani, where I live. We are like between 450 to 500 residents in the village of Twani. So yeah, and as you see here where I'm moving, we are not allowed to build houses. It's all caravan and tents. And on the other side, you can see that they can build houses, they can move freely, they can do whatever they want.
Well, what happens, there's a startling statistic that was out recently indicating thousands of settler building permits have been issued, but only a handful of Palestinians get permission to build, and the army comes out, and you've got video of this, destroying homes. How many homes have been destroyed there in the last 3-4 years?
So let's just talk about like these years. We had an entire villages were totally destroyed. Like the village of Khalt al-Dhabi, for example, it have been the whole village, the entire village was totally destroyed. Water wells, houses, tents, caves, whatever. All kind of lives, all kind of connection for Palestinians here in that village, it was totally destroyed. Now people, they are living like on the rubble of their houses. They put like small tents on the rubble of their houses after it got destroyed, and they are like sleeping and staying there, rejecting to move out from their villages. An exact number, I'm really sorry, I couldn't like I don't have an exact number, but let's say like every month here in my community there is like 10 to 15 Palestinian properties from between houses, water wells, tents, whatever is getting destroyed. And yeah, here exactly.
Has that destruction increased since October 7th, since the Gaza genocide that's still ongoing there? A lot of people don't realize what's happening today on the West Bank, and it really is a phenomenal amount of pressure.
So yeah, the situation has been really bad, and it has been a very big mess since a very long time. But after the 7th of October 2023 and during the genocide on Gaza Strip, the settlers and the soldiers, they took the advantage of the genocide that it's happening here, that it's happening in Gaza, and they start to increase their attacks, to increase their demolition, and to increase all kind of pressure to put on us as Palestinians to displace and to erase us from our villages and to to move us from our homes to build a new outposts and to build the new settlements instead of that. And I came all that way to show you just this sign. So here it's written a closed military area, like it's the beginning of the closed military area. The firing zone. I'm sorry. So here it's the beginning of the firing zone, which is like it's written in Hebrew here, and it was written in English, but they delete it. And from here, this road leaded you directly to the other villages of Masafer Yatta. But here they wrote that it's a firing zone. Meanwhile, our people, my friends, they are living there in these villages. But the Israeli occupation, they call it as a firing zone, and they are making like training for the soldiers there. They are like making it and trying to make it the life difficult more and more, and pushing more and more to make it really difficult for us to live and to survive here in these villages. But meanwhile, we and everyone here in these villages, we are like really saying we will not move and we will not be displaced and erased from this land.
So they're not allowed to use that road because it's alongside a firing zone?
This one, they don't allow us to like to use it because they claim for the safety of the outpost, which is the name of an outpost in the Israeli law, what it's called the Israeli law, like this outpost, it's illegal in the Israeli law. But meanwhile, what they are doing on the ground, they are not allowing us to move on these roads because they want to keep like claiming that for the safety of the settlers and for the safety of this outpost.
All right, so it's all for the safety of the Israeli settlers that have been ruled as being
Exactly.
each and every one of them illegal, the settlements themselves all illegal. Do the Palestinians who live in this area, do they have property deeds for their land? Is their ownership recognized?
So I said it before and I want to say it again here in my community and in the West Bank in general. For the Israeli government or for the Israeli occupation forces or for the settlers or whatever, being a Palestinian here, it's a crime. So no matter what do you have, if you are recognized, if you are not, if people is talking about you or not. Like for example, these lands here, it's totally like Palestinian lands, but we are not allowed like to reach it. Why? Again and again, for the safety of the illegal outpost here. So no matter really what kind of recognition do you have, what kind of possibility and ability to do and to show like other people what do you have and what you can do, if the Israeli occupation doesn't really believe in you, that in the end you are a human. They don't care, yani. They don't treat us as humans here. So a citizenship or whatever, or like what all kind of things that you just mentioned, it doesn't matter for the Israeli occupation.
Is that kind of a scene, has that been repeated again and again there in that cluster of villages?
So yeah, these scenes, it's not a normal scenes, and it's not something, let's say, I don't want to say that we are getting used to it, because nobody will get used to violence. This kind of videos and this kind of harassments and this kind of attacks and pogroms that it's happening here usually, and it's weekly. If it's not weekly, it's daily. If it's not daily, it's monthly. It's happening here, and we have been like watching lots of scenes that it's happening in my community and in several villages. Like just like 2 weeks ago, there was another attack on Al Fakhid. Settlers accompanying soldiers accompanying settlers to the village of Al Fakhid. They attacked the village and they stole the sheep of the Palestinians. They burned the Palestinian properties, and then they attacked two women. Then the soldiers, they came, they arrested the two women. Meanwhile, the settlers, they kept continuing with what they are doing, kept continuing with the attacks that was going on, and the pogrom that was happening.
Well, you had video. You had video of one particularly violent incident in which a Palestinian appeared to be severely wounded and bleeding from his face. That was what, almost a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it's almost like half a year to this video. They attacked the village that we have been talking about, the village of Khalt al-Dhabi, the village that was totally, the entire village was destroyed by the Israeli occupation forces. They demolished all their houses, they demolished all their properties, and then there was a settler attack that happened, that took a place in the village. And one of the people, that guy that I sent it to you, the video that I sent it to you, that he was totally bleeding from the attack that was happening. And in that day, over than 10 injuries was in the village, between little children, young men and women, and elderly people.
All of this is aimed at one thing, and that is to push the Palestinians off their land. Are they leaving? Are people giving up on the West Bank?
It's a clear policy by the Israeli occupation government and by the occupation forces to displace and to push us away from our land, to push us away from our homes, because they don't want to keep like any kind of life for Palestinians here. So they think that we will decide at some point, okay, after all this pressure, we will leave and we will lift all these things behind us. But here we know, and it's clear, that we reject and we refuse all kind of displacement, and we will stuck and we will remain in our lands, because this cause doesn't start yesterday. This cause doesn't start in the 7th of October 2023 or after the 7th of October 2023. This cause have been here for tens of years. So my grandfathers, my fathers, the grandfather of my grandfather have been living under this occupation and resisting this occupation and doesn't think about leaving this land. So I will not let all that faith and all that kind of resisting and all that kind of beliefs for the land, and I decided in the end, wallah khalas, I will leave. No, I will take this message. I'm taking this message now. I'm spreading it out to the world. I'm giving it to you. You will take it to your audience. Your audience will take it for the whole world. So everyone in this world must know and believe that there is people in Masafer Yatta, in Palestine, in the West Bank, in Gaza. They are living under occupation, and they must be known, and they must be like mentioned, and they must be like treated as any human in this world.
This is risky for you, isn't it? Because others, there was a famous documentary, No Other Land, won an Oscar, and yet one of the people who directed that, who put that project together, was himself then brutally attacked by the Israeli occupation forces.
So yeah, all the directors, they got attacked. Basil al-Adara, one of the directors, Hamdan Bellal, one of the directors, they were both attacked. Hamdan Bellal was attacked in the same month when he came back from the US after the Oscar winning. He was in his house during Ramadan, like this month, and he have been attacked and beaten in his house. This what was happening with Hamdan. Hamdan, just like 10 days ago, from today, like 10 days ago, his brother and his family house, the same house that he have been attacked in March, the last year, have been attacked again, and his brother was beaten, then getting arrested. Basil Adra, for example, Basil Adra was harassed and was threatened by settlers with death, with several things, and finally, one of the most really tragedies that happened here in the community is Auda Hadalin killing. He is also one of the directors of No Other Land movie, and he was killed by a settler in his village. So it's really clear, and it's showing you that these directors of No Other Land movie After they won the Oscar, they have been a main target for the settlers.
Well, you're doing something very similar in documenting all of this, furnishing it to journalists around the world. It's risky. Are you concerned about your own safety?
I mean, I said before and I want to say it again. It's risky. I know it's risky, but let's think about it. If I'm not doing this job, tomorrow I will be in a checkpoint and they will detain me. They will harass me. They will check my phone like any Palestinian here. It doesn't mean that I am a journalist or I am an activist, so I am the one that will be harassed or I am the one that will be attacked. It's not like that here. Here, I say it, being a Palestinian, it's a crime. No matter what you are doing. You are a doctor, you are a teacher, whatever, you will be treated the same way. Here, as Palestinians, we don't really have like that kind of right that the Israeli occupation are claiming that we are having it. So the minimum of the rights
You're
that we
living
need,
in a nightmare. Who can help you out of this? I mean, obviously the police don't respond. The Israeli military protects their own. Who can save the Palestinians?
to be honest, there is no one will be a savior. Yani. The police, the soldiers, the settlers, everyone, they are like working, like they are two hands for the same body. So we are not waiting from them to save us. We are waiting you to save us. We are waiting the world to save us. We are waiting everyone that believes in the human right, and we are waiting for everyone that believes that there is humans here in Palestine and they must not be killed, they must not be harassed, they must be treated as anyone around the world. This is the savior that we want. Not like, oh, today there is an action, a settler attack or a pogrom, let's save them, but tomorrow no. No, here we have these things daily and we have these things every moment.
When you hear about young people protesting around the world, you see tens upon tens of thousands of people in the streets protesting for Palestine. Does that give encouragement to people like you on the West Bank that are enduring these pogroms, enduring this harassment, enduring the attacks that try to push you off your land?
Yeah, exactly. Yani, first of all, it's a very big step for the whole world to see that the young generation, or even like everyone around the world that go in the street and demonstrate for us as Palestinians, it's something really meaningful and something really let you believe that you have and you must continue with what you are doing, because there is people that they are thinking about us. And yeah, these messages, it's important for me, so I understand that there is people standing with us, and it's important for the occupation to know that the world now knew that the reality have been showed up, and people wake up from the dream that Israel was claiming, that it's the only democracy country on the Middle East or whatever. And last thing, for me, these people that they demonstrate, I want to really to thank them, and I want that they continue with what they are doing, and it's important what they are doing. And there is a phrase in Arabic which is said, with one hand you will never clap, but with two hands you can clap. So we are one of these hands, and the world must be the other hand of this body. So together we can make the sound of the clap, and we can really win this apartheid, and we can win this daily and this nightmare that we are living in.
Okay, Mohammad Huraini, I want to thank you for joining us on The Brief. Some sobering words there. And thank you for joining us. Now, if you want to support Mohammed's efforts to document events near his community there on the West Bank, you can go to the link below this video. Please explore many of our other episodes of the Brief Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Give us a like or subscribe. For a complete listing, you can find more information at thebriefpodcast.org. For now, I'm Jim Clancy, and you've been briefed.